walls. Now starting things out on the attack, creeping up in towards A main, blocked off by Munchkin on the smoke.
It's just Munchkin here with a classic in hand. Sent classic, if I saw that correctly. As here comes the push. Oh, Gen.G actually. Smokes cross over onto the bridge. Tuck back, Boxy, pop flash gonna be sent down. Connects in behind people, so not really gonna be fully flashed out. He ends up falling. Massive advantage out here for the side of NRG. Pistols are something that they have also been running back and getting better at overall.
Spike planted.
And it looks like this is not going to be any exception to that improvement.
Yeah, more wins would definitely inspire a lot more confidence. And look at this, off the spike plant as well. Everyone just backs off. Continue to try to hold.
I mean, it's a three-man tower stack.
Without a star, I cannot.
Huge high-low setup. As the harbor wall comes up, just further delaying any reapproach. Karan, the only one that hasn't been tagged up. They actually gonna try to cause a distraction. Texture drifting around the side. Gets a collat kill onto two, but
no.
Ethan's not on KO either, so they consistently go for those drift plays. Don't have to worry about getting suppressed and not being able to float anymore. Shout out to Osboss. That's a funny clip. A quick peek over towards B. That's where the stack is at here for Gen.G. Will now start rotating their way towards the A site once more, where it is just Yeoman far forward. Swings out, will get taken down. Sam able to find the second shot just through the corner. Seems like that's still not enough for Gen.G to really fight on a full rotate here. Will slowly start drifting themselves over towards A, but by that point, NRG should have the spike plant.
Yeah, just being a little bit careful across the map too. Not really spotting Gen.G out too much.
They're able to find one. Swing on the corner. Quite able to line up the shot up and over the top. Goes Mata. Puts him down with the stinger in hand. 4 members strong. Still a couple kills away from really doing any kind of economic damage here are Gen.G.
Maybe not able to, but at least holding for the exits on the other end of the map. Makes it a little bit risky for NRG to try to peek or push out.
Good down through. Verno able to find the first. Boxy will be able to put him down. That weapon can't be recovered. That would be a bit of a cost here, but Sam snappy with it. Finds the headshot. Weapon can be scooped up, so the Phantom carried forward. And Karan will just go ahead and go down to this spike. So overall, majority of the firepower going to be carried forward here.
NRG, but now this is when Gen.G gets proactive, pushes out.
Oh, calling the flash here is Texture. Swing on the corner, and Sam able to find two. He'll be traded out. Texture down at 15 HP. Backing up here, pulling away from the stairs. He's able to escape, but Yeoman similarly tagged up down to 58. So in the end, 2 for 2 on kills, but NRG still in a decent spot. Finesse on the lurk, finding the first one. Clearly not ready for Texture to also have filled in the position. So it does get caught. Texture here, Widely is just gonna have to wait for Karan on this rotate.
Spike planted.
Or to try to get the timing, but he doesn't have any more.
Oh, the timing here from Texture.
What?
But it's down to Verno, and he's been so damn clutch.
Tailwind back at the ready as well.
A shock dart, even just on the edge of it, would take out Texture here. Trying to play this patiently, the push forward. Tap is there, holding it to half. Verno now turning sights over, and Karan will have the headshot ready to go. Defuse can come through. Gen.G get themselves on the board, but they lose 3.
Considering pushing out.
Blind getting the hit, ping reveal out. Decent amount of damage there on to Sam, who does have that Reckoning available. It's knocked down to 68. Everybody else safe. Texture not being baited there by the fake out.
Okay. Shock dart to check. Not much heard, so possible rotations now. Foxy9 continuing to jiggle for mid, but doesn't really spot or hear anything. So it's mostly down to Karan and Munchkin. Still jiggling for that info, but they are considering the fact that NRG are rotating.
Okay, Reckoning now out onto the B side wall coming up. Coming off that connector, and Munchkin's going to be taken down. Sam able to just find him. Might have been pinged down either way. Fake out, readjust, goes through.
Spike down.
Didn't able to find Karan, but Foxy9 has shut down the approach for the most part. Tucks back in. Behind the boxes, double approaches, the ping reveal, just spraying into the corner, trying desperately to find a kill, swaps to the classic! can't quite get that final shot across, but damage has been dealt, and Texture swoops in.
Nonetheless, and that's the Blaze now.
Knives are popped. 4 players set up here from NRG. Droning forward, checking things out on the site. Dimensional
Mata,
drift
though.
now with the TP forward. Mata, Stinger in hand, going on a scouting mission. Into the smoke he goes, and I don't think he actually noticed Karon. I think he might have slipped the net there. Either way, smoke about to dissipate, and Foxy 9 going to be taken down, so the site in their hands. Texture with the knives out, able to find one finesse. Going to be dropped. Karon pinched in from behind. As Verno found the headshot, the jet shut down. Fantastic reply here from NRG, 4 members strong versus 2.
It's one hell of a set play. Tough retake, but Munchkin still.
Samri adjusts, but Munchkin quick to find that headshot. Just to fake out the tap. You get a ping off of that as Shock Dart flies in, smattering of damage found onto Mata. Still not held to half, time starting to tick. Another tap, just trying to bait them forward. Dart going to be cleared out, the swing coming through, trying to see if they can do additional damage, but 3 players from NRG will survive the round as they gain the lead once more.
Yeah, and repeatedly so, opting for full sheriffs instead. Pushes down mid, looking for picks.
Foxy on that walkabout, TP set up. That ends up getting taken by Mata. Potential chance to catch Foxy by surprise. Texture just around the corner from that gate crash. As the smoke now falls here in mid. Ethan up over the top. Spotted out. Foxy second shot. Connects with the skull. Ethan dead off the rip.
Immediately TPs away as well, so as to deny the potential trade from NRG. But with that, the rest of the team starts to reinvestigate in towards mid. NRG thinking about looking for potential Gen.G players. I mean, it's just sheriffs against them, so they're not too afraid to reassess their options. All bunched up together, but they can't quite find anyone. So maybe waiting for the smoke to drop.
Big push out here.
Link.
Up and towards mid. Karon spotting them all. Now backpedaling. As the harbor wall goes their way. Texture about to make contact here as the Reckoning flies. Gets the spot out, but has the tailwind away. Tries to set up the one-way. Dart going to be cleared out. Goes for the push. The flash connects, and Sam is able to go ahead and collect a headshot. Yeoman finding Mata. As he's playing here onto the side. Foxy as well, getting Verno. Now down to 2, just Sam and Finesse.
Time
Starting to tick, as you say, 15 seconds remaining. Yeoman, Hunter's Fury, going to open it up, but she's a hair off. Sam riding the rope, managing to dodge it out. His hit's not connecting, and even uses the rope, a bit of audio bait to send off, or throw off that final shot. About to line up here perhaps, trying to get the transfer. Sam cannot, now down to Finesse. Weapons recovered, Vandals in hand. Swing onto the corner, and Karon will be able to get it done. A thrifty here.
So much time. Early mid presence into Foxy 9 creeping up, and he just,
Call it a Shiko. As push up, and Mata taking Texture's head off. No assistance there. Op now on the floor. And disadvantage here is Munchkin gonna be dancing. He gets pushed to Ethan, but somehow still comes away with that kill. Verno is able to go ahead and get the punch with the Hunter's Fury all the same, but I'm not sure how Munchkin got one out of that situation.
What in the movement?
Enemy tag. Enemy mark.
Push forward, Foxy noting Mata. And from here in the 2v4, oh, Finesse. Goes face for a brief little moment, as does Verno. Yeoman unable to connect to either. Call's been made. Gonna look to try to backpedal here, utilizing the wall from Sam to just slowly drift to the opposite side. So very swift here. NRG not allowing for Gen.G to get the lead.
Very much so. And their post plants have been very successful in all the past rounds, so without numbers, Gen.G really cannot fight. But at the same time, just being able to decisively push up front and take the site in this little A-split fashion. I want to see that replay on how Munchkin got the kill, though.
Yeah, questioning that myself.
I think, maybe just kind of hopping up.
Okay,
Take flight.
he's not going to. Finesse has no armor, glass cannon, and 3250 behind.
It's a big premium.
Deploying drone.
We'll see what it does. But
Drone.
for now,
Getting a check there. Mata ping revealed.
again, using this wall, right? And it just gives them so much mid control. They're able to check and clear the back of top mid. Now then, slowly getting a little bit more information, looking for the pick inside of Fish. Gen.G playing reserved for now. They know that they are around mid, but you still have players like Texture, Karen, jiggling for info outside of A and B.
I got the spike.
Take out Recon, try to ping anybody on the approach. Just a quick jump back with the gate crash from Mata. Ooh, it's coming down now onto the A site. Sat here top mid.
It's a bit of retake util being forced and spent out from Gen.G.
Another dimensional drift. Mata can go ahead. Ensure that the site has been cleared out. TP around into the back here for Munchkin. Now arriving. Just trying to nail his skill jumps.
Spike planted.
And Mata even being able to hold them off in the rotations. What a deep and forward position. Som smoked off with the Cove as well. And then another smoke. Oh, this is so tough for Gen.G. Only one flash on the side of Foxy9, maybe Munchkin as well. They have to push out.
Try to break through this. Shots flying, narrowly missing. Flash sent, does connect. Texture getting the ping out, tries to swing the corner, but it's a little bit late on the chase. Swings into Mata, guns down two. Eventually does fall, but Inferno out from main, finds a headshot, taking up Foxy9. Time ticking, Munchkin all on his lonesome, and there is no hope in hell. Just has to run away. NRG not allowing for the timeout to find value here. Will move up to 5.
Absolutely fantastic. Next round for NRG now. Still buys up from both sides, but Finesse does have the ult.
Also has armor this time. Don't think it would have necessarily saved his life in the previous round, but he's got it now all the same. Texture.
Good job, Poolchan.
Tailwind is popped. Going on the push. Finesse. First contact swings out. He swings out wide.
Gen.G denied so much information. So they're getting a little bit desperate to jiggle out. Unfortunately, Texture is the one who bites the dust. It's all down to the stars from Karen on towards the B site.
Oh, Karen dead. Site completely opened up. Foxy trying to get into position, but another Reckoning now in play. I mean, he's just out into the front.
Oh, no. Save. You have to save. There's nothing else that you can do. Exits, maybe.
Very bizarre scenes on display now. There's NRG looking like they may be able to get themselves a flawless here. Yo, man. Contact, can't hit the shot. Verno takes him down.
Scanning ahead.
As they now just try to hunt here for Munchkin. Recon not going to ping him out. Took a smoke into tower. Fake out coming through. Swings the corner. Oh, he fires at it. Pop flash, turns from it, can't find him. Flawless.
He tries to jiggle for him, but now they're getting shut down. Munchkin, though, in with the judge.
Doesn't fall for the fake out. Does manage to find one. Tries a TP away, narrowly escapes. Smart read here. Knew that they were going to just be pushing forward aggressively, given that Mata was one away from having his third dimensional drift online. Does manage to find that punish. Needs an immense amount of damage.
Right here.
Now drones towards mid to try to read the rotations. Guns thrown away. Out of Gen.G's reach. Right now, still just carefully creeping up, holding on towards the other side. Waiting for Som's wall to refresh too. These are good positions. Gen.G trying to stay awake as well. Holding some off angles inside of vents. Munchkin. Fish being held by Texture. Just really marking the exits out around mid.
Double push up though, if they're not prepared for this. This could be a pinch. Texture taking that first contact, but kind of takes his finger off of M1. It's a little bit of damage out, but
30 seconds left.
ultimately it's not much to speak of. Taron now here with a Sheriff in hand.
Spike
Plant coming down, push up into the Cove. Spotting the leg out, is able to find one, but Verno trades it back. Foxy dead at the same time. Now leaves Yo Man Munchkin with 13 HP and a judge to try to play out the round. Drone not going to spot out. Yomen on the swing in. Instantly dealt with Ethan. Swift with the headshots.
Just exits.
NRG on this attack, getting themselves up to 7. Munchkin not going to be getting any exits here.
Nah.
Will just be grabbing the gun and attempt to run away.
I mean,
A very likely death to the spike.
Shot that. I'll handle
All right, well, that aforementioned dimensional drift now in play. Auto once again just scouting this A side. 3 players nearby.
enemy tag.
The rotation starting from Charon, from Texture. Working their way across as spray in. Yomen does end up getting tagged up. Goes out, a little bit of ping reveal there. Foxy pulling back. The rope gets ridden. Inferno is able to take him down. Euro now out of the equation. Ult in. Just jamming up the weapons here.
Careful.
keeping Gen.G at bay still, and also buying time. Again, Gen.G is going to have to take so much just to get a little bit of space.
Reckoning now as they go for the retake. Gate crash over to the side. Texture, the wall falls. He's able to find one, but time is ticking. It's not on their side. Burnout going to end up getting taken down, but they have to get onto the spike here sooner rather than later. Cosmic Divide now going to be invested. Looking for the hold. Charon gets onto it, but Ethan, he's in up over the top, and he is taking him out.
And that's thanks to the NRG comp. Everything's just working out so darn well. They are able to control mid.
Right here.
Gen.G cannot hold for space, because if they do, NRG are bunched up, and they're able to really overwhelm into towards some of these spots, especially like A or B link or fish, and even down to the post plants. You know, it just leaves Gen.G without many resources to try to fight back. Now Munchkin just looking for the info with the one-way smoke, but Mata has the op. If Munchkin's even spotted by a pixel, a sliver, that's the sight. But nothing found, they back off. It's down to Finesse and the B plays again. Oh!
What? Yomen instead.
Just as the smoke blooms.
Big kill here.
Foxy9.
Foxy trying to get some information. Spots out 2 players here. Do they suspect the full rotation? Hasn't shifted over yet.
Then it comes down to Texture and Charon. They've been the heavy fraggers before, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do it outside of the smoke.
TP in towards
30
backside.
seconds left.
Texture waiting patiently, and Sam just pushes in, barrel stuffs him. Charon able to find one. Foxy taking out Ethan. Controllers gone. Charon goes dropping down into the smoke, and Finesse is able to find it now. Just Munchkin left standing still, making his way across the map.
10
Inferno
seconds left.
droning for information. A Hunter's Fury available for him if he can get himself relocated. Gets across the safety. Finesse here on the site.
Oh,
Sixer spotted. Inferno hits that headshot.
Deploying drone.
See though, Gen.G absolutely needing this pistol in more ways than one. Needing it for the round win,
Scanning ahead.
for the money, and also just because NRG's pistols again, I mean, they've been getting cleaner, but they weren't that strong throughout this tournament, so dropping 2 on this map is going to be a very poor sign for Gen.G overall in the series.
At least not on Abyss.
Right there.
Everyone's noted right now. Charon has to hold.
Gets himself back up a little bit more. The paranoia going across, hits onto him, as well as Yomen, who drops back, diving forward. Ethan somehow able to find that headshot. Now the push out. Sure, to be taken down. Somehow able to get a piece of the action as Foxy finds Finesse. Yomen here backside, just the classic in hand. Foxy finding one, Yomen getting the other. Some swinging, but completely and utterly surrounded. NRG will go 2 for 2 on pistols here on Abyss and get themselves now up to double digits.
You gotta love the movement.
From passion, but you're also hoping that your voice doesn't crack. Yeah. Somebody needs to do like an Arnold. No, like that kind of thing.
Give
But
to the Chapman.
I don't know if anyone can.
Nah.
It'd be very funny to hear though.
If Ethan can pull it off, maybe we could ask him. But next round, still, I mean, Gen.G on the attack without the pistols, it's not an easy round. They're looking for the picks, but NRG are just waiting for them to show up, and then the util will come in. Of course, they have the guns as well. Amada on the Outlaw. Nothing noted outside of B, so already hearing the drone and spotting it. Gen.G having to respect all that util thrown out. NRG is able to stall and fend them off. 50 seconds left on the clock, and Gen.G just not being able to find space. If they do peek mid, Som's here with Bulldog.
It's a huge amount of firepower.
Okay, gotta watch out for the Outlaw right here. Karen does.
30 seconds left.
Given that they only have texture with a Sheriff, onus is going to be on him to try and deliver, but he is just going to be sent to Hades, taken down. Mata, one shot, kill comes in, swing onto the corner, finesse with a stinger. Just made all the easier for him. Time now dwindling. 10 seconds remaining.
10 seconds left.
Spike still not being planted. Som up over the top, able to find one. It will be a flawless conversion to get themselves up to map point. Make very fast work here up this abyss. Mata is jumping over, grabs the rope, spots out Munchkin, who's trying to break the door. Just managed to get a little bit of damage across here on to Gen.G's Omen.
But it is information mostly for the side of NRG. So now Ethan's very aware that they are trying to push out a B main right now. Onto the other side, though. You do have Verno watching down for the rotations as well with the Outlaw. He swapped it over from Mata. And as long as Finesse doesn't see anything outside of A, he's okay for now. Still continuing to jiggle and jump spot. And he does have the Razor Vines just all over the ground to stall and hold. Huge Arc Rose Flash being pointed up on this top front of the side as well.
Finesse, just jiggle peeking. I think he
so.
caught a glimpse here. We go backing away, but wall comes up.
Oh my
Rotations
God.
now starting here from the side of NRG.
And that buys time from out of the flank.
Yep, Recon's out. They guide him forward. As Foxy9 leading the charge, Dimensional Drift in play. Sees that the site is open. Two players here at backside. Jumps back over. Mata now getting ready to strike. The ping reveal. Lets loose. The Spectre able to find one. Sends to the pop flash. Munchkin tucks forward here into the site to try to get the spike planted.
Oh.
Foxy at the same time sending out a flash. Barrel subs onto Finesse. Finds that elimination, but Verno just fishes through the nebula. Gets him with the Outlaw. Texture brings it back to parity at 3v3 with a nice headshot there on Amada in main. Karon lurking, waiting in mid. Catches Ethan unaware. Texture finding a second. Maybe starting to come alive. Verno, last one left here. Making sure he hits his jumps. He's unaware of Karen's position for now. Slowly creeping forward. Looks like he is just going to backpedal in towards the defender's spawn. 3 players left alive here. Gen.G going to be fighting back, not allowing for NRG to get up to that match point quite just yet. Map point, I should say. They will find a 4th round victory.
Retakes. Even though time was working against them as well. So now hearing the cascade from Som. Coming back in to check and re-clear. They know he's top mid. Not quite able to deal with it just yet, so util kind of still baited out from NRG, trading information for it. Trying to see if there are more players or possibly anyone pushed out into A main. But so far it's just Verna on the other side.
I mean, that's a huge reveal.
That could be.
He's not ready for the recon to come through.
And with that, maybe Gen.G decides to just commit towards the A site.
Seems like it's going to be the case.
Reposition. Finesse towards backside, being able to hold down bridge.
Verno at tower, wall now coming up. Som just cutting off vision here. A little bit of damage on that spray across, hits onto Yeoman.
It's gonna be quite similar to what we saw yesterday against the RX on Bind.
Gen.G's
gonna take their time on the executes, and yes, the fights will be messy. Kara now setting up towards B, and Gen.G will have to commit.
NRG already having a bit of a read. Mata gets repositioned. Op now set up on a hard line here on the B side. The rotation from the rest of the players working their way across. He's waiting for his moment to strike. Ends up going for the fake out. And Ethan readjusts. Gets Foxy. Then shifts over to Texture. And that should just basically do it. Yeoman's dead. That's the spike. Stranded now.
One enemy remaining.
As Gen.G, I mean, Munchkin's got a smile on his face. He's laughing.
Other side, the wall's right there. Ethan being able to hold the off angle off of it. Buys up for Gen.G in the round, but once again, they're going to take their time, get those utilities away, try to figure out the positioning. If they can spot Verno out, and it's going to be tough for them to really clear out the back of the site. So they don't know if it's just Verno on A. That's what they're really considering.
Put a little bit of damage, but again, Recon getting the massive ping.
And as soon as that, Verno falls back, holds it from heaven. Finesse is here and ready to play from bridge. Som is ready to set up the wall. Same thing. Uses a cascade this time to kind of preserve this crucial high tide. Gen.G really not able to find much either.
And now, after the Recon going through again, I am curious if that's actually the game plan from Gen.G. Reveal. Let the Recon get the ping just to try to get the high tide out so that they don't have it for a retake so you can get it on a timer. But I'm not sure.
No.
30 seconds
It might
left.
be, but timing.
Finesse. Oh, there's another big ping out. As everyone gets revealed, Foxy able to fire back for one as Finesse will fall. But this is looking absolutely done and dusted. Karon still a world away. The Cove coming up, saving Yeoman for a brief little moment. But in the end, it is all on Karon. The Jiggle peek out, spots him.
10 seconds left.
And Verno will go ahead and put the final bullet through. 13-4.